Howdy, y'all. This is Proverbs 12 in the NKJV for May the 12th, 2023. Whoever loves instruction loves knowledge, but he who hates correction is stupid. A good man obtains favor from the Lord, but a man of wicked intentions he will condemn. A man is not established by wickedness, but the root of the righteous cannot be moved. An excellent wife is the crown of her husband, but she who causes shame is like rottenness in his bones. The thoughts of the righteous are right, but the counsels of the wicked are deceitful. The words of the wicked lie in wait for blood, but the mouth of the upright will deliver them. The wicked are overthrown and are no more, but the house of the righteous will stand. A man will be condemned according to his wisdom, but he who is of a perverse heart will be despised. Better is the one who is slighted but has a servant than he who honors himself but lacks bread. A righteous man regards the life of his animal, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. He who tills his land will be satisfied with bread, but he who follows frivolity is devoid of understanding. The wicked covet the catch of evil men, but the root of the righteous yields fruit. The wicked is ensnared by the transgression of his lips, but the righteous will come through trouble. A man will be satisfied with the good by the fruit of his mouth. In recompense of a man's hands will be rendered to him. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but he who heeds counsel is wise. A fool's wrath is known at once, but a prudent man covers shame. He who speaks truth declares righteousness, but a false witness deceit. There is one who speaks like the piercings of a sword, but the tongue of the wise promotes health. The truthful lip shall be established forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment. Deceit is in the heart of those who devise evil, but the counselors of peace have joy. No grave trouble will overtake the righteous, but the wicked shall be filled with evil. Lying lips are an abomination to the Lord, but those who deal truthfully are his delight. A prudent man conceals knowledge, but the heart of fools proclaims foolishness. The hand of the diligent will rule, but the lazy man will be put to forced labor. Anxiety in the heart of a man causes depression, but a good word makes it glad. The righteous should choose his friends carefully, for the way of the wicked leads them astray. The lazy man does not roast what he took in hunting, but diligence is man's precious possession. In the way of righteousness is life, and in its pathway there's no death. Sorry. Trying to catch the last of the light instead of doing this in street light. Sun went down on me. Managed to finish a 2-hour route in an hour. Still going to drive home, but boom. Got to be grateful. So going up, since these are Proverbs. Sorry, on camera. Going up, and they're mostly standalone, so I'm sure that there's some symmetry and some things going on in this chapter. Right now, we're just going to rock it like this. So the lazy man doesn't roast what he took in hunting, but diligence is a man's precious possession. So diligence, marked several times, just this is the way that a man gets rich. This is the way that a man builds wealth. This is surety for a man. This is how you have food. So there's that. The lazy man doesn't roast what he took in hunting. Like, is this like sport hunting? Or I got to understand this problem a little bit better than the surface, because there's definitely something here. It's not just like people would go out and shoot deer and let it go. There's something to it. The difficulty of butchering an animal, especially for the unskilled, the processes associated with cooking and the charcuterie and the preserving of that animal, maybe. I'm going to look for some more commentary on this. The righteous should choose his friends carefully. Lord knows, because the 5 people closest to you is kind of the average of you. You know what I mean? It produces your personality, or, shapes your personality on top of what you already have. So choose wisely, Anxiety in the heart of man causes depression. Well, Jesus says don't worry. So let's just start there. And not only that, taking care of your body, doing the job you're supposed to do, things like that. Again, the hand of the diligent will rule, but the lazy man will be pushed to forced labor. Be diligent. And then where it says he who speaks truth declares righteousness, but a false witness deceit. if you're telling people the truth, and I know truth is supposed to be big T, little t, relative, my truth, your truth, the truth. No, man. If you're speaking truth to people, it's righteousness, and people react to that. Let's say good and bad. So a fool's wrath is known at once, but a prudent man covers shame. Look, you don't have to scream and shout and make your point and let people know that you're upset. In fact, it will go further for you, and it will go further for the person who makes you angry. If maybe you're quiet about it and you cover up the situation and you do not embarrass them and you don't make a scene, let's just say that's probably the better way, right? Smooths it over with them, sets an example, doesn't make a fool of you, etc. Maybe I just talk too much. Hence the voice. He who tills his land will be satisfied with bread, but he who follows frivolity. Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to get that right and making sure that I got it right, because frivolity would have been my guess, but this is New King James, so sorry to stumble over that. So again, be diligent, till your land, make food. I missed the boat today, but I was being diligent, working jobs. This is what, fourth delivery shift of the day, so hallelujah for that. I'll do a fifth tonight since it is Friday night and it's all gross and rainy. So I always get convicted on this when I have animals. A righteous man regards the life of his animal, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. Man, I try to be delicate with my animals. I try to tend to them, and when something happens to them, it upsets me greatly. So hard to be a chicken tender, for instance. And the thoughts of the righteous are right, but the counsel of the wicked are deceitful. Again, symmetry on the chapter, right? Watch who you seek counsel. Watch who your friends are. Because thoughts of the righteous are right, but the counsels of the wicked are deceitful. Hey, speaking of which, tomorrow I get to go to breakfast with some of my favorite dudes from church and house church. Whew. We'll see how late it's going to be tonight, because it'll be an early day to tomorrow. Really looking forward to that. If you follow this channel, you can look way back before I kind of understood the upload and the shorts and the editing and stuff, which I still don't, but I uploaded something that was a video, but not short enough to be a short, and it just kind of got lost. But it was basically a prayer and an open call to other dudes for iron sharpening iron. And lo and behold, kind of invited myself into a house church after figuring out some of the people I liked were in that house church. And then some of the same people, Jeff in particular, invited me to breakfast with the dudes. So if I've been in town, I've been trying to make it. I really enjoyed passing the ketchup around. So I caught up plenty last week. I'll try to keep my mouth shut this time and let everybody else talk. But as you can see, I'm a talker. So I just want to point out before I go, a good man obtains favor from the Lord. Elsewhere, it says, finding a wife, you obtain favor from the Lord. So consider that. And an excellent wife is the crown of her husband, but she who causes shame is like rottenness, also cancer in his bones. Choose wisely, people. Choose wisely. Your friends, your spouse, choose wisely. I mean, we're told over and over. And you don't just want a hot lady or an agreeable lady or an agreeable hot lady. You want a godly woman. You want a godly woman. And then you got to take care of her. And you got to lead your household to godliness. Which, man, doing it by yourself, not by yourself, but doing it oneself is difficult enough. Shepherding a flock, it's a lot. Don't pray for patience. You'll get things to test your patience, for instance. So I realize it's getting dark. I'm just going to go. I'm going to drive home. I'm miss the end of David Jeremiah's ceremony. Message. Whatever. I'm blanking. Tired, hungry. And hopefully I'll catch up later because I do enjoy listening to him. But with that, go with God, be blessed, be diligent.